In Europe and America, there's a growing feeling of hysteria, conditioned to respond to all the threats, the rhetorical speeches of the Soviets. Mr. Khrushchev said we will bury you. I don't subscribe to this point of view. It's such an ignorant thing to do if the Russians love their children too. How can I save my little... In this lesson we take a look at Sting's Russians, which is just a phenomenal song if you ask me. As for how to play it, we're keeping it actually very simple. Well, I figured let's keep it simple. The original recording was done in the key of C minor. I'm actually now in the key of B minor, the absolute key it is, which has to do with, you know, my vocal range. Sting sings very high. However, chord shapes wise, we're playing in the key of A minor, and then all the chords involved here, well, almost all the chords are pretty simple, because it is basically like an A minor with a G in the bass there is an F major, a G major, there's a D minor, an E minor, an E major, an E sus4, and let me see, I think that is pretty much it. There's also another chord shape for E major, but it's another inversion because it is with a G sharp there in the bass. So this chord shape might be a little stretch to some, pretty worthwhile to learn though, and you absolutely need it. So just learn how to fret it. Oh yeah, there is a C major in there as well, and that is indeed really it. As for the progression, I will of course talk you through it in the lesson. Also take a quick look at the picking, which is usually I'm very much into play randomly, as in strumming, picking, and so on. But in this one, I'm actually keeping it really straightforward, just one set pattern for that matter, like so. Well, if I play one chord, I'd like to alternate bass notes. This is an A minor. So what I'm doing is thumb, index, and then two strings at the same time with my middle and ring finger there. Like so. You could also play single strings for that matter. Then it sounds like this. I like to indeed grab two strings at the same time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and just a steady flow of 8 notes. One thing to keep in mind here is it doesn't actually really matter, but you need to be able to shift back and forth between shifted position and home position. I will explain what that means in the lesson as well. Okay, now let's get started with this one. If you're interested in learning it, then check it out at totallyguitars.com.